Hey, it's Meredith Geddes for City Lights on Novus TV. Today we're at the Hyatt Regency Hotel for the Vancouver Sustainabuild Conference. This is Western Canada's leading conference focusing on sustainable buildings and communities of all types. Today, experts from around the globe have gathered here today to present some of their ideas on building long-lasting communities while minimizing the environmental impact. We're here with Warren Knowles. Warren, tell me a little bit about what you do.
I'm an engineer with RDH Building Engineering, focusing on making buildings better.
And tell me a little bit about your presentation today and what that's going to entail.
The presentation will focus on how to renew a building to get the most out of it, make sure it lasts a long time and works very well and reduces costs and gets the most out of the asset value or real estate value of that building.
So if you are looking at future buildings as well, not just current ones, how do you ensure energy efficiency in upcoming future buildings?
The key is you have to confirm it. You have to test it, try it out, make sure it is performing how you think it's going to perform. And you do that by looking at the actual energy data. How much is that building currently using? And then looking at other similar buildings and applying that, predicting, planning, and then measuring it after you do the work. Certainly cutting energy consumption in half would be a great target. And even moving towards carbon neutral at some point to meet the Greenest City Action Plan what the City of Vancouver has adopted. Certainly realistic and achievable.
We're here now with Gurbin van Straten, who is the CEO of Wallace Concepts. Now, tell me, what is it that you're going to be talking about today in your presentation?
Wallace Concepts is a company involved in urban development, which means everything that has to do with economical, social development, and we're creating the best sustainable built environment for that. And it's very great to be here to partner with all kinds of different people to see if we can make that happen.
And what kind of new technologies will you be introducing today?
A wide variety of new kinds of energy, LG energy, new materials, biomaterials, all the things that can make our built environment much better.
How important is it to you to maintain a city's heritage instead of, just plowing something down and building something new from scratch?
Very important. Although we do new things as well, I think the DNA of a city where people come from, it's so invested in old buildings. If they can be used, why not reuse them? There's all kinds of solutions to do it better and make it more sustainable. For us, in that sense, real estate development is not the biggest thing. Urban development and community development is very important for us.
We're here with Murray Frank, who has some insight into the new energy provisions in the BC Building Code. Now, you've been involved heavily in the understanding of problems related to moisture in housing units. What are some of the problems that you've seen that homeowners should be looking for?
What we're finding right now is that they're pushing the minimum levels of insulation and airtightness higher, obviously for reduction in overall energy and impact with carbon emissions. If you're building new, these things are covered off in the building code, but in renovation, a person has to be careful. It's not just enough to simply add more insulation and add more airtightness. We have to consider whether or not we've got potential for condensation within that assembly because we take away some of the drying mechanisms.
Okay, and some of the energy efficiency requirements are expected to change at the end of the year. Tell me about that. What does that all entail? December
19th of this year for everywhere in BC except the City of Vancouver. They've added a new provision into the BC Building Code. It's called 936. It harmonizes with the new national provision which came out in 2012. We're the first province that will be adopting it on that date as an effective date. It's 109 pages worth of provisions, but at the end of the day it sets the stage to allow us to continue to push forward with greater energy efficiency without the unintended consequences that could be associated with it.
It's an entire day filled with speakers all dedicated to making Vancouver buildings more efficient and sustainable while keeping resident needs and the environment in mind. To find out more about this year's presenters and to find out how you can sign up for next year's conference, check out sustainabuild.com. I'm Meredith Geddes for City Lights on Novus TV.